Hello and welcome back to my philosophical and musical channel. And today I would like to talk some words about one of my favorite philosophers of 20th century, Edmund Husserl, who has a birthday last week, 8th April. He was going to become a mathematician, by the way, but the world around him became so rational on the one hand, and on the other hand, this world was so irrational, so destructive, because of course the phenomenon of robots surpassing humans in speed of operations or artificial intelligence hasn't come yet, but science itself with its method has already worked like machine. And Husserl was, so to say, lucky. He was unhappy to live in Third Reich, in National Socialism in Germany, where the people turned into a population sorted by race, and at the same time, lower human individuals were equated with cattle, and over which monstrous medical experiments couldn't be carried out. Skin for floor lamps and fat for the soap, and so on and so forth. So it's terrible. I don't like to talk about these things. And the phenomenon of human personality no longer existed. And Edmund Husserl didn't agree with this, of course. A little about his biography. The family of the Czech Jew Adolf Abraham Husserl was not in trouble, by the way. They are So the trade in ladies' heads brought a good income, a stable income, which allowed the philosopher's father to organize a manufactory, and Edmund was the second of 4 children in this pious Yiddish-speaking family. And the father spared no money for his son's education. It's a very significant thing for Husserl, for his future. So Edmund graduated from the Realschule in Vienna, and then entered the state gymnasium in the city of Olomouc. It's in Czech Republic, if I'm not mistaken. And then in 1876 he began his studies at one of the best universities of Germany, Leipzig University, and his field of interest is extensive, but he really fell in love with mathematics at first, and he continued to study at the universities of Berlin and Vienna. In Vienna in 1882, Edmund defended his dissertations of the mathematic dissertation on the topic of the theory of calculus of variations, after which pure mathematics was finished for him. He decided to finish with maths. Husserl's philosophy teacher will be Franz Brentano. And Franz Brentano, who will discover the meaning of intentionality for Husserl and encourage him to realize this intentionality, to create his own teaching. In his first publication, The Philosophy of Arithmetics, Husserl is still dealing with problems of mathematics. But in logical studies, he is already approaching to his main idea or main topic, phenomenology. Phenomenology is the concept which relates to Husserl's name. It's the significant topic for him. And in 1886, the philosopher's father died, and now Husserl could become real German, and he decided to accept Protestantism. He was baptized and marries and gets a job as a teacher at the University of Halle. It's in Germany, of course, Saxony-Anhalt, if I'm not mistaken. And then in 1811 he published a program article, Philosophy as a Pure Science, or Philosophy as a Rigorous Science. So philosophy for him is a very strict thing, very strict concept of knowledge, of human knowledge. And in 1813, the first volume of ideas pertaining to a pure phenomenology and to a phenomenological philosophy. And all of the First World War divorced his youngest son and makes the elder disabled, so he became an invalid. Husserl finds solace in thinking, teaching, and corresponding with his friends, with circle of his contemporaries, for example, including Scheler, Reinach. In 1816, he took a chair at the University of Freiburg, where he taught until 1828. It's still a mystery what role in the fate of Husserl was played by his most capable student, and his secretary, by the way, Martin Heidegger. Martin Heidegger, who became a member of NSDAP later. Heidegger replaced the teacher at the Freiburg department, and in 1933 became the rector of this University of Freiburg. And it's a great achievement in his career, because not so many philosophers could achieve this post. Under Hitler's rule, Husserl was removed from office and banned from participating in philosophical congresses, and persecution accompanies the philosopher to the end of his days. His books are burned, and children are forced to flee to the USA. But why did Husserl stay in Germany? It's a very interesting topic, and for me it's a mystery, to tell the truth. Despite the environment and society. On the other hand, Husserl wasn't put in concentration camp and allowed to write, and his books were burned, of course, but the library and all the manuscripts were preserved, and he was allowed to die peacefully in Freiburg, and his widow and students were allowed to leave. And the secret of such condensation has yet to be revealed. Perhaps Martin Heidegger also played a great role in all these preservations and all these events in Husserl's life. So, and physiologists and biologists obey their principles, but philosophy should have its own scientific rigor and not serve other scientists in Husserl's view. It's very interesting because of the prevailing role of natural science in the end of 19th century and in 20th century, and already in his first work, The Philosophy of Arithmetics, Husserl expresses doubt about the positivist wisdom of the most accurate of sciences, natural sciences. When dealing with quantitative relations, mathematics risks being a ruthless executioner of qualitative diversity, and in logical studies, Husserl criticized the psychology of logic. And here we can see the tradition of Immanuel Kant, of course, and his a priori and his categories of our Vernunft, reason, of our reason. Psychology of logic, according to which our thinking is based on the skills of perception by our senses. Husserl refuses to see reality from the position of his own bell tower, offering to go beyond utilitarian ideas. And to do this, we need a transcendent subject, that is, an observer who has come out of the shell of everyday life. This famous concept of Husserl, epoche, is the tradition of skepticism of antiquity, by the way. Epoche means back to things. Back to things proclaims Husserl, and no preconceptions and scientific concepts could be useful in this way. The pure ontology of the experience should serve as a guide for us, and we have to relate with our own consciousness and with phenomenon of this consciousness. It's a crucial point for Husserl. And Husserl's phenomenology is designed to isolate and substantiate logical categories and laws of pure theory of knowledge. The study of phenomenon is the study of the laws of perception, our perception, human perception, how the whole surrounding world enters our head, becoming part of our intellectual and sensory baggage. So it builds our personality, by the way, in some way. Accept nothing and deny nothing. The philosopher should learn to restrain his opinion in order to find the world sparkling with new colors again. It's a renewal of our views, maybe. The validity of scientific hypotheses and religious beliefs shouldn't take part in the miracle of subjectivism. This miracle of subjectivism is maybe some kind of romanticism, even romanticism in this philosophical conception, I think. So, and the Western European Logos performed an amazing pirouette, so to say, jumping out of the chaos of ancient mythology, flying through medieval theology and philosophy of modern times, and finally reached its culmination in phenomenology. For Husserl, at least it's so. Okay, thank you for your attention, and I wish you all the best, and I'm very happy that YouTube is still alive in our country. Okay, all the best, and see you, I hope.